Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world that is truly what time it is. I am your host, Tony X. And please remember, this show is meant for entertainment purposes as well as entertainment purposes, but it's meant for you to be entertained while I fucking educate you. This show will have strong language. Viewers' discretion is advised. If you're 18 years of age, you're fine. If you're older, you're fine. If you're younger, get off this channel. Before we get into anything else, though, we're going to get into this. Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
He's on fire!
First is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul Illuminati wanna take it. First is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it, riding through the city. Yeah, we in this motherfucker. I'm your host, Tony X. I know you guys been like, where's the long show at? Today is Monday. On Mondays, you get the long live show. We not gonna end this shit quick. Cause you know what? Like I said, this is the motherfucking Wolfpack Hour.
The sheep, you gotta catch the wolf.
And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. Bring that back, please. Producer, bring it back. Bring it back for him.
Protect the
That's
sheep,
right.
You gotta catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
Make it perfectly clear. Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Hey, bitch. It's Rick James. And I'm back. I'm back to tell you that there's got to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Before we get there, we got to talk about the bullshit that's been going on with elected officials. This is a scary time. And not just for Americans, but for scumbags and pedophiles that are trying to upscale from justice and somehow say they got this disease when they know they don't have it because their ass don't want to get arrested. Look at all of the CEOs of major corporations that have since stepped down already. But let's talk about some stuff. First thing first, let's critique some things Tucker Carlson is talking about, and let's give it to you in a more entertaining fashion with a little conviction behind it. Tony X style.
It is a fearful time in American life. Obviously, Americans are worried they could die of this disease, that someone they love could die, that they might lose their jobs, that the country that they grew up in could be crippled permanently in the wake of this disaster. It's a terrifying moment. And in that moment, we need wisdom and steady guidance from our leaders. We need altruism. They need to care more about you than they care about themselves. But in Congress, they don't. The foremost concern of some...
See, the sad shit is, I know even him, with all of the money he have, with all of the success that he's accomplished and achieved during his life, he's scared. He's scared to death. Because the shit that y'all don't understand is that we're reporting this shit to you guys on a daily basis. Every day, nonstop. And then the thing about, him is he's reporting it as well. He's reporting it as well. He sees it as well. But he's not able to tell you this is fucked up. This shit is going beyond fucked up. It's past fucked up. We have politicians clearly showing you they don't give a fuck. And they're willing to gamble with your life your livelihoods, your protection, your safety nets with the country, with everything that we have worked for as a nation in order to fit Green New Deal fuck shit inside their plans on stiffing Americans. See, that he can't tell you, but Tony X can.
Some members is saving their own investment portfolios or making stupid partisan points or indulging their creepy ideological obsessions. Wondering why Congress hasn't yet passed a bill to help the country survive this? That's why. Details of the Democratic plan became public today. Huge parts of the proposal have nothing to do with fighting the pandemic we're suffering through. Read it, and you will find disgusting little interest group handouts added by lobbyists. Worse, the bill is suffused with the cruel bigotry of identity politics. At a time when America so badly, desperately needs to come together, Democrats remain intent on splitting this country into warring tribes. It's shocking. When asked about her bill today, Nancy Pelosi blamed the Pope.
Last Thursday, Pope Francis offered the world this prayer.
When you listen to Nancy Pelosi speak, first of all, you are suffering. And I'm sorry for you and every other American that has to listen to this piece of trash speak, open her dentures, and slur out words as she tries her best to stay away from the fucking alcohol. One other thing that Tucker Carlson can't say on his show that I can say on my show. We are live right now, everyone on Instagram. Make sure that you guys go to YouTube, type in the New Right Party channel to be able to view the show because we are live right now. You see one of my co-hosts in the building, Brooke Norm's World. We're making sure we'll get him out there soon. But for you guys that don't have YouTube or can't tune in, you guys can stay in this live right here because we're going to stay live here as well. But you guys can go into YouTube right now and hear the show because we are live right now on YouTube, the New Right Party channel. Everybody make sure you go tune in because it's lit right now.
Enlighten those responsible for the common good so that they might know how to care for those entrusted to their responsibility. Today, House Democrats are unveiling the Take Responsibility for Workers and Families Act, a bill that takes responsibility for the health, wages, and well-being of America's workers.
Undocumented motherfuckers. And that's what this shit boils down to. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about Americans. They're not, you think that's what the fuck you think? They said workers. They didn't say American citizens. They're trying, the reason why they didn't push it, so for everyone that's on Twitter, for everyone that's on Instagram, shut the fuck up. When you sit there and you tell me, oh, that wasn't in the bill, they wanted to give $500 billion to corporations, you dumb asses. If we don't help corporations at this particular moment in time, people won't have fucking jobs to go back to. You dumb sons of a bitches. This is the thing you don't understand. How the fuck can these small businesses and franchises survive? Because you think corporations, you think that you think in Walmart, you think that's who's gonna get the money. If you out your fucking mind, you're stupid. A ton of this money goes to the federal government. So the federal government is allowed to give aid to small businesses, and small businesses are then allowed to go apply for loans for their fucking businesses. This is a stimulus package, not a fucking bargain for bullshit, Green New Deals and fuck shit. You want to worry about planes, but every last one of these pieces of crepit shit flies fucking private on first class. Come on. And they had the nerve to hold the fucking deal up and the package up because you want to worry about plane emissions? You sons of bitches? But you spray all the chemtrails you fucking want in the air? Or we just supposed to be stupid and let you keep doing this dumb shit to us, huh?
The Senate Republican bill put corporations first, but because of the insistence of Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats, progress has been made.
Even by Washington standards,
we ain't seen shit. Ain't no progress been made. All she does is fucking lie through her fucking dentures, man. Can I call her one? Can I call her one? Can I call her? Can I say it? Can I call her one? Producer, can I say it? Can I call her one?
Yes.
This old, decrepit bitch has no clue what the regular American is going through. She is sitting in a home and her fucking maids and servants live in the fucking guest house and guest quarters and shit like that. Are you kidding me? While you and I struggle, while you and I worry about paying bills, getting groceries, the children in our families, while we worry about all of this, this decrepit old piece of shit sticks her nose up at you on national television, and then the shit is, it's like they gotta glue this piece of shit eyes wide open when she's fucking talking and when she's giving any fucking speeches. She's doing this shit right here. I can't understand this shit. But this is what the fuck she does. And then you got to think about the Democrats that continue to vote for this bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? How unattached are you from society? And how gullible do you have to be to not see she's a fucking charlatan? There's some people who say you can't run for the Senate or you can't run for Congress. That's not correct. You can't say those things or whatever. This is a show for entertainment purposes. And on this show, I am told I am free to say whatever I want. Right, producer?
Yes.
All right. So in this case, the entertainment is this old decrepit piece of shit is a bitch today. Yeah. Every male colleague that's with her, that stands beside her, they bitches too. Period. The problem with today is, again, you can't look at me and say, he's not fit to be a congressman. He uses profanity. He says this. He smokes. Okay, but what about the congressman that has a beautiful black woman and a beautiful black family, and he talks about God and Jesus Christ, and then you see him getting funky rolled in a hotel and getting fucked unconscious by a bodybuilder? What about that politician? Somehow he's better off than me. He's better off than me? Because I'll tell you that there's a deep state, new world order, Illuminati, whatever word you want to give these individuals, this cabal of devil worshiping evil sons of bitches. I'll be the first to tell you that that shit exists. And I'll be the first to tell you that America's not going for it. We way too badass for that. That's the thing. I'll be the first to tell you that racism is a bullshit excuse used in order for us to not actually form the family unit that we are supposed to have in this nation. And as long as we keep ignoring what's going on and keep arguing about fictitious bullshit, charlatans and charlottes like this will get over on you all the fucking time. I'm too sharp. Ginsu, motherfucker.
Aimlessness like that really has no precedent. Quoting the Pope, St. Nancy's coronavirus bill currently is more than 1,400 pages. It's not that long because it's a finely tuned fix to help the country through this disaster. No, it's that long because House Democrats have crammed it with totally unrelated political priorities. Identity politics, stoking racial division as usual, global warming, open borders. You should read it. Here's just some of what you'll find if you do. The bill would require every corporation that receives coronavirus aid to have officers and a budget dedicated to diversity and inclusion initiatives for a minimum of 5 years after they get the money.
Meaning that if they get any kind of bailout money, they got to start hiring more women in their shit. Or people who identify as women. Wow.
Because that is going to keep America healthy and prosperous, just like it has. More bean counters making sure you're the right color before they give you a job. Okay. Companies would also have to produce elaborate racial reports for the government listing the skin color and the sex of their officers and boards of directors. You have to prove.
Yeah, this is the thing. That dumb motherfuckers that hear this on the Democrat side and say, that's a good idea. Then we can make sure more black people are hired. That's a good idea. That's a damn good idea. That's a dumbass idea. The census asking you what race you are is a dumbass idea. What the fuck can you allocate to a black neighborhood that you're not allocating to a white neighborhood? I'm an American. You sons of bitches. Nothing gonna go past me. All of this hiring because of race, hire because I got the fucking right to do the job. Hire because I'm the most qualified, and hire because when you ask if I'm an American, I tell you I'm a citizen. That should be a fucking priority. Period. And any company that's giving any money that hires illegals, knowing that there's proven job applications in their system showing that Americans went for that job first, then we'll worry about pulling funds from their ass. Up until then, you fucking bugging.
They give enough money to firms owned by women and non-whites, and of course, how much they spend on diversity initiatives. In all, this bill uses the words diverse or diversity more than 60 times.
If some people just said I should debate somebody, again, let me say this live on the show. I accept all fucking challenges. Tony X want all the smoke. I've been out here. Everybody know I'm out here. Nobody want to debate me because I'm going to make you look like a damn jackass. That's why. That's the difference. That's the difference. Nobody want this smoke.
Times. What does it have to do with a pandemic that might kill you? Not one thing. Just more ugly race politics, the kind they specialize in. Democrats think that's much more important right now. And then it gets worse than that. The bill allocates $300 million for hiring experts to manage coronavirus preparation and response. Those are critical jobs. But instead of looking for the most qualified people in a time of national emergency, and that's the only criterion that should matter in the least right now, period, are you qualified? Instead of that, the bill orders that employees be chosen on the basis of their race and disability status. This is insanity. It's dangerous insanity. Who cares what color your scientists are? But it goes on. The bill would mandate that all 50 states have an early voter period as well as same-day voter registration. Why? Because Democrats believe those changes would give them an electoral advantage. The bill would expand collective bargaining rights for federal employees. That's likely the group least threatened by the effect of coronavirus. But, and this is the real point, though, they're the most faithful Democratic voting bloc.
And that, not only are they the most faithful Democratic voting bloc, this is something that you got to understand, y'all. It's not only that. It's their fucking employees they're trying to save. It's their employees they're trying to save. Their assistants, their gophers, their staff, anything you could think of. They're trying to make sure that they can save them. Because if they don't, they'll bitch and moan to them and then they start exposing the shit that they did because they're not taking care of the people that's been running around doing all the dirt for them. You know, like Andrew Gilliam, getting injections in his ass, getting fucked to sleep by a bodybuilder, and then being found unconscious and throwing up semen out of his mouth on the fucking pillow. I mean, that's just the way shit is out here in these streets. But these people say I'm a bad politician because I own up to the fact that I was an ex-gangbanger and an ex-drug dealer and an ex-gang leader. Because I own up to the fact that I was once used as a weapon as a child. And I own up to the fact that I found God and I changed my ways. People will never let me look past that. I wonder what they're going to do to Andrew. Will people wear a shirt saying, Andrew, I know what you did this winter or last winter? I know what you did winter 2020. Andrew Gilliam, you got the Gilliam in 2020. Like, will there be shirts saying that to commemorate it? Will he always hear about this? I digress.
So they're in the bill. On matters of policy, the bill doesn't even try. Should the airlines get a federal bailout? That's an actual question. You could take either side. Democrats don't really dwell on it in this bill. It's too serious for them. Instead, the law would require that any airline that takes federal money offset their carbon emissions within 5.
Now that's bullshit. This is the bullshit. Because this fucking piece of shit, Alexandria Cortez, she goes and she says, I wonder why they charge $5 or some shit like that for a bag of chips at the airport. You dumb kook fuck. They're overcharging everything. If they want to fucking bail out, here's what the airlines need to do. Stop charging us for fucking Wi-Fi. It's free, bitch. The plane tickets already cost us hundreds of fucking dollars. It makes no sense that you are charging us $10 for fucking Wi-Fi when we're sitting there for an hour and a half, an hour, and you're getting over on fucking Wi-Fi. Allow me to collect my fucking thoughts, look at some shit on my phone if I want to, be able to text my family members, and get the fuck off my back. Everything has to be about money with the airlines. All right, they're overcharging for food. And they don't allow you to bring shit in. Sometimes. The airports I go through, you can bring food through. They don't stop you. So you can pre-pack your food and bring your food with you. You don't have to necessarily eat that shit. You just can't bring in liquids and water. But you're able to buy water while you're there. And water is still relatively affordable at the airport. The issue is when you're going there, they're charging you for overhead space. They're charging you for Wi-Fi. They're charging you for, I don't even fly Sprint or what's that other shit? Frontier. But they charge you for juice. They charge you for water. For everything. For ice. They charge you for everything. For air, breathing. They charging you for fucking everything. So the airlines, if we're going to bail out the airlines, and the airlines need to make sure that they pay it forward back to us. Because the last time Obama bailed out the banks, they ain't paid shit back to the taxpayers. Nothing went back into the economy from the banks. Everybody got fat off of that shit. So now we know that they don't want us to bail them out without something. Okay, well, we'll make it more affordable in terms of when people fly. That's it. And I believe there should be updated safety measures on airplanes. Most people think, oh, it doesn't make any sense to have small parachutes on planes. Yes, the fuck it does. Yes, the fuck it does. Because in the event that you can survive, you'll have a fucking parachute. So I would much rather have a fucking parachute under my seat than a flotation device. How about you stop being cheap sons of bitches and you make that shit a duo force? Okay? Parachutes are relatively cheap nowadays. It's easy. You put it on, buckle it up, pull a string. That's it. But invest in people's safety. Invest in the people and make it much affordable so people can fly. That's what we should do. Now let's move on to the second segment of the show, which is the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, Sean Hannity has reported that a man said that the vaccine given to him via the Trump administration has cured him of the virus. Well, let me tell you that if it worked for him and it can work for 20 more Americans, it's going to be
big report, and as always,
it's going to be
Hannity, buckle up tonight.
It's going to be like a fat kid in a candy store with no adults.
It appears very, very real.
The stock market is going to fly back to where it was, and a lot of people will still get stimulus packages in order to help them get past some bills that they may have been affected by. But moving forward, the economy will be even greater. All right. The thing that we have to worry about is the left controls the media. The media, they're not worth shit. Like literally not worth shit. But a lot of people, especially in this moment in time, are forced to watch the television. So they're forced to watch it. They're bombarded with fear. The only thing people are thinking of is how dangerous this is instead of being prepared for what's considered dangerous. That's the lack of preparation that we have. And that's something that as Americans, we need to make sure that we are more equipped for moving forward. The great thing about this is two things. If this was a push by the New World Order Illuminati to try to fuck up the world economy, destroy it and crush the government, and or even test their theory in creating a pandemic scare, getting individuals down, enforcing martial law, curfew, and all this other shit, it showed that an unprecedented amount of Americans went out and purchased firearms, making it even more difficult to disarm a free nation. I advise all of my viewers watching to make sure that you go out and you do the same thing. If you are not a felon, if you are able to actually get a firearm, now is the time to make sure you go do it. Be heard in numbers. They try to scare you and tell you that firearms are dangerous, but firearms do absolutely nothing. It's people. Show them. Go out and show them that you're not afraid. Go out and show them that you're not afraid and that you're willing to protect yourself. Because buying a firearm at this particular point in time doesn't mean that you're afraid. In no way, shape, or form. It means you're fucking prepared. You understand? A long time ago, a man taught me a rule. He taught me a rule about gold and about bullets. And he told me the importance of two. Right? The two is, one is shiny. It can get you some places. Many doors. But the one on the other side can get you all the gold you want. You understand? I got it. From the very beginning. The gold can get you in all the doors, but the gun to get you all the gold. The gun to get you all the gold. If in fact this nation reached a point where we had to go out for resources, I would much rather be on the winning side of things. I would much rather be the nation that is in control. And then if there is going to be a planet domination of anything, it's because we dominated everything else. To everyone else who's watching worldwide, you may feel slighted about what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, if this was your nation, you would feel the same way. You can't be upset with me for feeling the way that I feel, because I love the place that I'm born and raised in. I love the opportunities that we have here. And I love the freedoms that's given here that's possessed by no one else in this world. So because of that, we have a different plight. America is the last standing place of freedom on earth. There is no one assimilating people to go on the streets, clog up traffic, and scream death to all Americans without them quickly being quashed and removed and out of the way. We don't have people running around with machetes chopping up people and screaming profanity or religious epitaphs. We don't do that here. We don't do that. Last time a bad guy went into a church out here, he was shot in the face. Because in America, we shoot in the face. All of the stories, how the Great West was won. And some people could be upset and say, oh, those are white stories. And you can take it how you want to take it. But then you don't know the truth about American history. Because it's not a white man's story. We already talked about Bass Reeves. How incredible he was. The American story is a story of misfortune. We as a nation was dealt the poorest hand ever. And we walked out of that gambling hall with everyone's fucking money. And it doesn't matter if you're upset or not. It doesn't matter if we played and I bluffed you the fuck out. That's the game. And it's how you play it. If Trump didn't have the economy, the way he had the economy, and this happened, this would have destroyed this nation. If this shit would have happened during Barack Obama, the reason why Barack Obama didn't close down the ports is because his economy wasn't strong enough for him to be able to do it. And he wasn't confident enough as a world leader for him to do it because he didn't feel like the world would follow suit and do the same thing at large. But here's the thing. Double-edged swords, yes. It fucked up everybody's economy. So that does help us in terms of it doesn't put us far behind other people. Because other people are still fucking far behind us. You understand? But if it does collapse the financial institution, they could try to implement an accredited system. They could try to force you to get chip IDs. They can try to say this is only temporary. Then they can try to say we're only doing this until we get a monetary system reestablished. So we have to watch out what the governing bodies are trying to do. People are trying to blame Donald Trump for everything. Here's what I tell you, people out there that say that. Your mother. Your mother. I'm from Brooklyn. That's some offensive shit. I'm saying your mother. Because what you don't understand is you sit there and you regurgitate shit that's not true. The man has 8 years on the job. That's because during the first 4 years, he did a damn good job. No, I'm lying. A stellar fucking job. No, I'm lying. A fan-fucking-tastic job. No, I'm lying. An amazing fucking job. No, I'm lying. A galactical fucking job. With an economy from a fucking tyrant that put over $100 billion on a plane and shipped it to a foreign fucking country instead of worrying about his own fucking people that were here. So, with the dude having confidence in himself and shutting down everything, it forced everyone else to do the same shit. But now that we do have some light at the end of the tunnel, now that we do have some medications out there that are actually fighting against the disease, this may not be the shakedown that people initially thought. Because the real reason behind blocking this bill, it wasn't because of the fuck shit I told you these Democrats wanted to put in this bill. That had absolutely nothing to do with it. The Democrats are full of shit. They blocked that bill because that shit was going to make Donald Trump shine like Mr. T with all his jewelry on, covered in baby oil. He was going to shine, he was going to shine like some 1988 penny loafers fresh out the box, motherfucker. He was going to shine and glow like Leroy. They was going to call him Donald. The Donald Don Trump. Once motherfuckers would have got that check in the mail. They still going to get it regardless. He's going to push it. Because hardworking Americans deserve it. Because this isn't a socialist move. This is a move that's done to make sure that the country is stabilized. This is a move to make sure that people are able to go to their jobs in the coming weeks after we recover. That way their businesses are still there. Some shit only a stable genius would have thought about doing. People say, oh, he wasn't true. Someone tagged me on Twitter and said, oh, he wasn't true. And they tried to put this thing up with like different dates where he was saying different things and this, that, and the third. Here's what I tell you guys, okay? You guys out there that put that out there. You're a jackass. You're a stone cold jackass. See, what you don't understand is, first, I can tell you're pretty much a jackass. You've never had anyone work for you. You've never had any kind of corporate structure, and you do not understand the structure of the United States of America. You're operating under a straw man law. I may not operate under any straw man pretenses or laws, but you currently do. You have a license, you do. You paid federal taxes, you do. And because you are under a straw man's law, shit is totally different than what you think it is, my man. When you sit there and you tell me, oh, he said this during this time, or I don't think it's a pandemic. When the person asked him this was like January. He said, at this time, do you think it's a pandemic? He said, no, because at that time, it wasn't a pandemic yet. It wasn't described as a pandemic yet. It wasn't described as a pandemic until this month. You jackass. Second of all, when they asked him, do you think we'll get in contact with it? The only thing he can do is listen to his advisors, the people that's on his team, that's doing the actual work. It's not like he's making the fucking medicine. Use a jackass. Use a stone cold jackass. I look at the shit people post and I say, should I respond to this shit? And I say, Tone, don't respond to this shit because he's a dumb motherfucker, man. You respond to this dumb motherfucker, you only gonna get this motherfucker validation. That somehow the dumb shit they said deserved a fucking response. You jackass. I have people who work for me. They tell me what they think. I go with their best judgment. I can only go with what they tell me because they are my experts. They're world-renowned experts. The top people in their field. I can only go by what they're telling me. I can only go by their advice. And it's my job to make sure Americans are calm, you jackasses. I'm not going to come out and say, yeah, this is fucked up. This shit just might kill a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Y'all better watch y'all backs out this bitch. Fuck who you can fuck, love who you can love, because tomorrow's just not promised to you. He's not going to do that. He is not going to do that. He's not going to come out and say that to you. You fucking guys make no sense. You have to be measured, you dumb sons of bitches. And when I say sons of bitches, I'm calling your mama a bitch. That's why I'm saying it. That's what the saying means. Sons of a bitch. So when I say you dumb sons of bitches, I'm talking about you jackasses saying this shit. Keep regurgitating that dumb shit to me. You keep doing that. And I'm going to look at you and say, okay. I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm going to let you believe all that dumb shit you were saying. And I'm going to let you have it. People have advisors. It's impossible for this man to run the country, run the free world, and then back check and fact check these individuals and go behind them and actually start making up medication and shit like that. Well, let me check their pH levels in this right here. Let me check this jug. We drop some sperm in this shit. Where's this one going? Then he's not going to do that. You sound fucking stupid. You sound stupid. There are people who are doing their jobs and they're going and reporting to him constantly. They're giving you fucking round the clock press conference constantly. And the only thing is, out of all the politicians that every last one of you dumb motherfuckers keep running for, he's the only one up there nonstop telling you guys that we're going to put this shit to bed. You got Pataki and shit like that. I mean, a Homo Cuomo, what's his name? Chomo Cuomo. You got him up there in his regular clothes telling people be calm. I know you're gonna miss your family members, and at the same time telling you, but 10 more people, we gonna lock that ass up. Oh, you got a funeral? You better put that dead body on the screen, motherfucker. That's the news they're giving you, not solutions. Not solutions. That's not how you lead as a governor. It's not how you lead as a governor. How you lead as a governor is first you confer with Trump's team, his emergency team. You then assemble your team with them. You allow your team to then give you feedback on what needs to be done. And you focus on that. You keep your ugly ass face off the television unless you are up there to report any new findings we may have or to tell us that there is a better handle on the situation. Currently, the Trump administration has actually come out with a shot, a vaccine, and it looked promising. It looked like it helped an individual in Florida, and I'm praying to God that it does. I'm praying to God that it does. Okay. For you guys out there, again, if you can, stock up on canned goods. Okay, stock up on rice. You're not going to be able to eat the way you used to eating, but we'll get back to it, you know. And then once this is all said and done, the day that it's all said and done, the day we find relief, we'll mark that day as a holiday that America looked at one of the worst things that we could have looked at as a nation. And not only did we remain strong, not only did we stay steadfast, but we went out and bought a whole bunch of fucking guns for protection against tyrants in the government. Not for home invaders. No. This damn lighter, man. This is how much I love my country. You see this? You see this? You see this? This how they had this for sale because this goes and this helps. This helps the veterans. They made sure that when they did this, this was gonna go to veterans. So I said, you know what? I need a lighter, a dependable lighter. What's up, Global Freeze? So everyone on the show, I know everyone everyone in the live. Let me see. And here's another thing I want to tell people out there, right? Of course, this is a virus and needs to be taken serious. But in no way, shape, or form should you guys be so alert that you're ready to give up your freedoms in order to remain scared. This is simple, right? Clean your hands, wash your hands, wash your ass. If you can have sanitizer near you, frequently use it as much as possible if you have interaction with people. But if you're in your house and it's just you and your family and no one is sick and no one is going out, no one's going to get sick. When someone goes out, make sure that that person is protected, dressed warm, and cleans their hands. Don't shake anyone's hands. In the hood, we've been doing what's up for a long fucking time. Y'all better start dapping motherfuckers out here when you see them. You better give them the elbow like the, and put that elbow on their ass. Keep it back. Put that right there on their chest like, right there like, motherfucker. Put the elbow on them. Keep them back. You go in the house before you do anything, you wash your hands. I receive packages. The first thing I do is I disinfect them. Before I really handle them or touch them, I disinfect them. Then I'll come in and I'll bring them into the office and I'll open up the packages. And I'll get them ready for the store. But other than that, you don't got to go crazy, people. If you've been a clean person your whole life, guess what? Chances are you should be okay. This virus is greatly going to affect people who already have human immunodeficiency viruses, which is HIV. It's people who have other acquired immune viruses, AIDS. It'll affect people who are sickly, who don't have a strong immune system. But for those of you that are going out, that's shopping and everything else, you don't have to buy all the toilet tissue, dog. All right? You don't need to do that. You just don't need to do it. Don't need to buy all the toilet tissue. Don't need to buy all the wipes. All right? Because there are older people who can't do it. Moving forward, before we go, I will be starting a GoFundMe, and not for me. I'll be starting a GoFundMe to help actually generate money so we can go to the shelters out here for senior citizens and bring them cooked food that is cooked. We want to be able to bring supplies to them, gloves, masks, sanitary wipes, but we want to be able to go to the senior citizen homes, and I want to be able to have you guys involved too. If we can get this big enough where we can get a lot more people involved, then I can have people in different states taking money from the fund to go purchase what's needed, getting things shipped to them, because I have a great friend of mine and we have a great network of churches that are well involved. They help during this back to school drive with book bags and books and everything else. So, man, I mean thousands of book bags. We gave out thousands of book bags in September to kids going back to school within my district. So if we can make this bigger, we can actually have chapters and have you working in your state to go make sure that during this crisis, and even moving forward when we do have crises like this, I don't want to run it. I have an officer in mind that I would like to talk to, and hopefully he'll get involved. And if he does, then we'll also offer services to those of our hard-working individuals in emergency services, law enforcement, EMS, firefighters. A lot of these people, families, also need help as well. And a lot of these guys are giving up a shit ton of time, tons of fucking hours, and they're not really getting anything for the shit because everything's pretty much at a fucking standstill. When you live a life like that, when you're the only person that may have a car in the household, or you are the the breadwinner, but you're out and you're working 16-hour shifts. By the time you get off of work, most stores are closed. Most stores are closed. So these guys, they don't get the things that a lot of us are afforded and able to get. And a lot of you guys think that they have the opportunity to do that, but a lot of these households are co-parenting, but a lot of them may have 2 officers living in the house, or 2 EMS workers living in the same house, or 2 firefighters living in the same house. So in regards to these individuals too, we want to make sure that we're able to reach out and help them as well. I think that these things are very vital. If we focus on making sure that the senior citizens in need, we will contact senior citizen shelters in and around the areas to see if they need anything and what we can provide as far as volunteer wise, meaning money to help volunteers get to these places to help clean up whatever may be, or to bring food there, or have Meals on Wheels prepared and sent there to the areas. We'll find officers. We'll talk to the Police Benevolence Association in different areas throughout the country, and we'll find officers that may be new to the job, that may not have the time on, and they may need the help, and we'll be able to assist them too. EMS workers, firefighters, our doctors, our nurses. These guys are doing a fucking amazing job doing all of this, and these guys get no coverage and no support whatsoever through all of this. And I think that with the deaths being so tragic, I think that as much as we report the death tolls and the amount of people that's affected, we should also report the great job that these men and women are in fact doing to keep this crisis contained, because it could be a whole lot worse, people. It could be a whole lot worse. So moving forward, I'm going to look, towards doing it. I have an officer in mind, good brother. He's probably in the chat right now. Maybe he'll be there. Sean Harris 8371. Brother's in my Instagram live right now, but I'm live on YouTube. So anyone who wants to join in, you come into YouTube, you can come in here and we can talk. Yeah, Jim Shoot. Tonight's that Wolfpack night. This is what the fuck y'all been waiting for. Everybody been like, where the fuck Tony at? We need an hour show. I've been giving y'all the short clips, but on Mondays, I promise you guys, I'm gonna give you my my weekend breakdown, my Monday start motivation, and we're gonna do that on the show. Like I said, we do have new content creators coming on board. I plan on taking this channel to the next level. Content creators, if you guys are trying to wonder how you can get your content on this channel so you can in fact be a part of this family, the New Right Party channel, my partner is in my Instagram right now in my live, and his name is New Brooklyn World. All right, so you guys can follow him. All right, and I'll be posting his Instagram soon. You guys can give him a follow, but you guys can also reach out to him if you're trying to get content created and if you're trying to be a part of something amazing that we have planned for the future. For those of you asking about my congressional race, currently right now I have suspended my race, and I may be looking to endorsing someone else. And the reason why I'm suspending is because I am going to run against Chuck Schumer for the Senate seat in New York State. That's why. I am not ending my political run. No donations that we had went to waste. We raised $30,000. We spent over $1 million in this campaign race out of pocket. All right. The $30,000 used went to pay staff, and I'm blessed that I had people donate $30,000, 700 people collectively, by $5 and $10 donations. Some donating even $1,000, $2,000. Moving forward, I'm going to destroy Chuck Schumer and remove his old decrepit ass out of New York State Senate. District 14 seat isn't promised, and it appears as if they will be removing the district anyway. Continuing this race and asking you to continue to help me fund it would be asinine. It would be unrealistic for me, and it just would be dishonest. I don't get paid from politics. I'm not running for a salary. Everyone who ran is getting paid a salary in politics, except for Tony X and Tone Tucker at Montaga. We paid people out of pocket in white envelopes so they can go knock on doors. We paid for people to go hand out bags. We paid out of pocket. We paid for Christmas out of pocket. We had small donations that had people help. The year before, we did 150 families. We had $500 in donations so we can get gift wrapping paper. So even before I was running, we've always come out of pocket. This has always been something that I've been proud to say. That I've always done it, And I've done it without asking people to give something that I know they shouldn't. Moving forward, I'm going to destroy Chuck Schumer. And I'm going to need every last one of you to become excited. If you want the world to change, I'm asking that you help me change it moving forward. Currently, you have a lot of fake-ass Republican leaders out there. A lot of them, currently right now, I've said some things about them. I've offered an apology to most of them. But right now, at this particular point in time, I rescind all apologies. You all can kiss my ass. Every last one of you. I'm tired of fakes, phonies. A lot of you coming into this movement so you can ask people to fund your lifestyle instead of actually having people outside affecting people's lives so people can actually see the change, feel the change, and feel the love. I'm tired of seeing you people make up identity bullshit and then parade it around as the new big deal or the new big thing so you can try to become known or recognized by a bunch of people you don't know in the first place. To me, you're a bunch of fucking losers. So to a lot of you moving forward, just know I don't fuck with you still. And I'm not going to compromise who I am or what I stand on. I'm not going for it. And if any one of you step out there, I'm going to deal with you accordingly. I don't give a fuck. That's the only warning that I'm giving. That's it. I suggest you stay clear. A lot of you tried to blackball me, keep me off the news. You endorsed political puppets, knowing I had over $1 million of my own money invested in this campaign. And then you tell me it's because she was a black woman. That's some racist shit. And don't say it's a lie. And you know who you are. I got the receipt. I got the screenshots. I got the whole full conversation. A lot of you claiming to be leaders are highly intelligent, but very manipulative. And you're out here engaging people only to take money from them, only so you can be popular. But you're not out here doing shit with your movements. I have tons of viral videos, countless viral videos of me being in the hood, the ghetto, talking to people who do not like Trump. And after we leave, the whole area, they love him. After we're done talking and I'm done having a conversation with them, they're no longer against Donald Trump. I don't see enough of you actually doing that. I'm tired of seeing a bunch of people who are already for Trump throwing parties and shit where you all can hang out together, but none of you are actually going out and engaging people that's not for Trump and bringing them in so they can become for Trump. You follow me? I took some time off from social media, and the reason why I had to is because the shit just got too fake for me. It got too sad and sorry to see so many people sitting there clamoring and posting content because they want to be seen only. I don't want to be famous and poor. That defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose. At the same time, I don't want to use people in order to gain anything. Because God's going to judge you. God's going to judge you. He's always watching. I've received tons of new followers today. But for all my old followers, you know what kind of work I put in these streets. For everyone watching the show, if everyone that's ever watched the show, you see me live on the streets of New York City, red pilling people. I'm the king of this shit. That's the reason why you don't see people debating me. That's the reason why you don't see people ever coming on here saying shit to me like they fucking crazy. Because one, I don't care about running for Congress. In person, I know I smack the shit out you. So a lot of you that say the shit that you say online and everything, you're not going to say that shit to me, especially not in my face. That shit's not going to happen. Second of all, I know if I got you that upset and that hot that you would say that dumb shit, I already won in the first place. I don't even know who the fuck you are. You didn't ruin my day. I didn't go out my way to say some shit to you, hoping that you just might see it when there are hundreds of people that are commenting on the fucking post. No time for it. But all the fake shit is going to come to an end. I got tired of seeing all the fake shit. I got tired of people coming out telling you about their books and all this other bullshit, but no solutions. I'm tired. Nobody's safe. Umar, Tariq, whoever, anybody. When you say my name, put some motherfucking Birdman on it. When you say my name, put some motherfucking Birdman on it. Not you. You're not gonna pick me apart. You can never say you walked in my shoes. None of that I'm pro-black shit gonna fly here. You don't even know what it's like to be pro-black. You a misguided misrepresentation of what the fuck black men's supposed to be. When you teach hate, you don't teach what black men teach. If everyone come out of Africa, if every source of life comes out of Africa, the only thing you doing is just dividing yourself from your brothers and sisters because they look different than you. Because of a hatred you have, because of actions that happened hundreds of years before you were ever thought of, conceived, or perceived to be in existence. You hold this grudge for people who share the same ideas. No, I'm lying. Who shares the same knowing that these things happened hundreds of years ago, yet they have no involvement in it whatsoever. People aren't responsible for what success they find themselves born into. They're only responsible for how they carry themselves during the time that they are alive. There are fucked up people no matter what color, shape, and size you find them. If there wasn't black fucked up individuals, people like Tommy Sotomayor wouldn't have all the great content that he has. You wouldn't be able to go on his page and see all of these fucking queens chopping off babies' heads and putting them in fucking ovens. Ha. So don't talk to me. Don't put some Birdman on my fucking name. If you want to heal this country, you have to first stop thinking that somehow your ancestors' pain is your pain to deliver on other people who are not responsible for what happened to your fucking ancestors. Respect, honor your ancestors. Realize that your ancestors fought for everything that they had and they didn't blame anyone for any fucking thing. All they did was fight through it. Through it all. Slavery happened, they fought for their freedom. Them black folks ain't build a bunch of ships and start leaving in drones, and they could have. They could have. Trust me, there's a lot of white aristocrats that wanted them to. Instead, they invented stove, the elevator, central heating, tires, paint, the internet, fiber optic cables. No one said let's build ships and leave America. Because we've been here already. We all been here already. The history books is lying to you. And these so-called I'm proud black woke folks has been lying to you too. Because a lot of them use history. They use it to pimp you out. They use it to tell you tales that they want to tell you so you're mystified by it. So you become emotionally attached to anger instead of actually learning the true history that's out there. If you think some Europeans ran down in Africa and just started snatching up niggas, you are stupid as fuck. There were black people who sold black people to those Europeans. And the Europeans traveled on the crust of Africa, missing Madagascar completely, going to India to get spices, and coming back and using the same fucking route in order to get back to fucking Europe. Because that was the known way to travel. It was too dangerous to go through the continent of Africa. And the only person to conquer Africa was Africanus. That's who Africa was named after. Like I said, you don't want this smoke. Not with this guy. If you want to heal this nation, you got to let go of this shit. You got to stop blaming people for shit that they ain't do. You got to stop looking at your brothers and sisters, and you got to stop seeing them as someone different. You got to stop seeing them as your brothers and sisters. If you want them to know how painful it's been for you, how the struggle has been for you, once you stop screaming at them and telling them they don't know about it, and once you sit down, hold their hand, and teach them how it felt. If you want real change, once you stop telling your children, fuck police, fuck the government, I ain't voting, won't you tell them, become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a law enforcement officer, become an FBI agent, become a judge. You complain about all the power, all the white supremacy in the community, but I don't hear none of you jokers talking about empowering anything in terms of actually telling these folks how to integrate into society so they can be proud Americans. But I see a lot of you people making money off the movies you put out. I see a lot of you brothers making tons of money off the speaking engagements that you go do. I don't see none of you motherfuckers in the hood doing any charity work. None of you. Soft to me. You don't come from where I come from. You've never seen the shit I've seen. You've never survived what I survived. None of you motherfuckers are safe so as long as I have breath in my body. None of you. All you race baiting, cocksuckers, none of you safe. If you thought I was venomous before, if you thought I was disrespectful before, I turned my no fucks up past 1 trillion. I'm gonna really get disrespectful this time around. And when I start catching you motherfuckers out there, I'm gonna start exposing you for exactly what the fuck you are. In this show, on this Wolfpack Hour, the Illuminati has no friends, no safe spaces, no place to hide. And the only thing we represent here is big ball American truth. And people say to me, you know they're gonna kill you, right? I look at them in the eyes and I tell them, they'll never remember who you are. You will never contribute anything to anyone worth changing human history. I'm gonna live forever, no matter what they do to my body. Because I'm not afraid of anything. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay American. And remember, fuck the other side, bitch, we don't care.